The Vrexian hunting pack stood motionless at the ridgeline, their 6 eyes fixed on the impossibility unfolding in the valley below. Dr. Alara Quinn, the human xenobiologist, knelt beside the whimpering cub with no regard for protocol, no awareness of the ancient laws she was breaking. The cub, barely 3 solar cycles old, was a Vrexian apex predator. Its midnight fur rippled with bioluminescent patterns that signaled distress in brilliant crimson waves. The pack alpha, Thane Crow, felt his hunting instincts war with something deeper, something older. The cub was dying. Its mother's body lay torn and still 50 meters away, victim to a territorial dispute that had consumed 3 families. Fascinating, Ilara whispered, her scanner humming as it cataloged the cub's vital signs. Your core temperature is dropping. You're going into shock. The pack stirred. No species approached a Vrexian cub. Not the silicon-based Kresh who could survive plasma fire. Not the telepathic Sul who negotiated with thoughts alone. Certainly not the soft-skinned humans who had only joined the Galactic Assembly 2 generations prior. Ilara pulled the thermal blanket from her field kit. The cub, Ro, according to her translator's analysis of its distress calls, snapped weakly at her fingers. Its teeth, already razor-sharp despite its age, caught her glove and tore through the reinforced material. Blood welled immediately. She didn't flinch. "Hey, little one," she murmured, wrapping Ro in the blanket despite his protests. I know it hurts, but you're going to be okay." Thane Crow descended from the ridge, his movements deliberate. The human would be reminded of her place. The cub would be left to the cycle as was tradition. The weak were culled. The orphaned were abandoned. This was the way. Human. His voice resonated through the translation implant, carrying harmonics of dominance and warning. "Step away from the youngling." Ilara looked up, and Thane Crow saw something in her eyes that made him pause. Not fear, though fear would have been appropriate. Not defiance, though defiance radiated from every line of her small frame. Determination. "No," she said simply. The word hung in the air like a challenge. Behind Thane Crow, the pack shifted, confused. No one refused an alpha. No one claimed another species young. "The cub is orphaned," Thane Crow explained, as if speaking to a child. "It cannot survive without its pack, without its mother's milk. This is natural order. Natural order is what I make it." Alara stood, cradling Ro against her chest. The cub's bioluminescence had shifted from crimson to confused amber. "Your species' biology is compatible with synthetic formula. I've studied Vrexian physiology for 6 years. I can keep him alive. It is not your burden to bear. It is now." Thane Crow's translator struggled with the human's tone, something between possessiveness and tenderness. Wrapped in absolute certainty, his tactical analysis supplied the translation his instincts already knew. "Mine. You claim a predator?" he asked. "A creature that will grow to 3 times your mass? That could tear you apart with a single strike?" Ilara's smile was small and sad. "We've domesticated creatures that could kill us for 40,000 years. Wolves, tigers, bears. We didn't survive by running from what scared us. We survived by making families from what should have eaten us." The pack rippled with unease. The concept was alien. The Vrexians were born into rigid hierarchies. The Kresh reproduced through fission. The Sul existed in collective consciousness. But humans built bonds across impossible divides. Ro made a sound, something between a growl and a cry. His bioluminescence flickered weakly, settling into soft blue patterns that Thane Crow's instincts recognized. Trust-seeking, comfort-requesting. Patterns meant for a mother, directed at the human. "This breaks our laws," Thane Crow said, but his voice had lost its edge. "Then change them." Ilara adjusted her grip, supporting Ro's head. "Or don't, but I'm not leaving him here to die because tradition says he should. He may not accept you. He may reject the formula. He may die despite your efforts. Maybe." Ilara met his gaze steadily. "But he'll die warm and safe in knowing someone tried. That's more than he has now." Thane Crow had lived 3 human lifetimes. He had seen civilizations rise and fall. He had witnessed the birth of stars and the death of worlds. But he had never seen a species so small reach out to claim something so dangerous with nothing but stubborn hope. "The Assembly will hear of this," he said finally. "They will question. Let them. Your career may suffer. I've suffered worse. Why?" The question escaped before he could stop it. Why would you risk everything for a creature not of your kind? Ilara looked down at Ro, who had stopped crying. His bioluminescence pulsed in gentle rhythms now, synchronized somehow with her heartbeat. Because I can, she said. Because he needs someone. Because the universe is too full of loneliness already. She paused, and when she spoke again, her voice carried the weight of conviction. Because when I look at him, I don't see a different species. I see someone worth saving. The pack watched as the human turned and walked toward her research vessel, the cub bundled against her chest. Thane Crow made no move to stop her. None of them did. Later, when the Galactic Assembly convened to discuss the incident, Thane Crow would testify about what he had witnessed. He would describe the human's refusal to abandon the orphan. He would note that Ro thrived under her care, growing strong on synthetic formula and stubborn love. But what he remembered most, what haunted his thoughts in quiet moments, was simpler. The way a creature built for hunting had looked at the human with something like worship. The way Ilara Quinn had stared down an apex predator and seen not a threat, but a child. The way humanity, against all logic and reason, made family from the impossible, and perhaps, Thane Crow thought, that was why they would inherit the stars.